This fall, I'm obsessing over checkerboard, Harley Quinn, and stripes. I am ready to dive back into my Mackenzie Childs inspired creations and push the boundaries of whimsy and wonder. Time to experiment, get creative, and bring some fresh looks to life. Home decor, DIYs, thrift flips, dupes, hacks, and more. Welcome to CJ DIY. For my first project, I'm gonna be working on this Dollar Tree book, and what I like about it, it was covered with orange color. Just perfect, so I don't need to add any paint. On the side of the book, I wanted to add some 3D effect, and then with this stencil, I will be covering those leaves, garlands, and I'm just adding a tape on the side of this stencil because it was a little bit wider and trickier, but I just wanted to add some design, and I think with adding those leaves it's gonna be just perfect for fall decoration. So with the spatula I added some caulking, also from Dollar Tree, and I'm covering all those leaves with it. You can also add those stickers from Dollar Tree and just glue them on the side of your book, or you can just create some design from your molds with the air dry clay and glue them on the side of the book. Either way, it's gonna work just perfect. So now that I cover the side with all those leaves, it doesn't look perfect, it's a little bit smooshed, but when it get dry, you're gonna see all those leaves as a 3D effect, and that's what I was looking for. I'm gonna cover them with a random orange paint. It's not that cohesive with the cover of this book, but it's gonna do its job, and I'm gonna let it dry. And after it's dry, I am adding this is my favorite paint from Dollar Tree, this golden shimmer. I love it. It's perfect for distressing. So I'm just heavy distressing my leaves with this golden paint. And if you see this up close, it looks so beautiful with that golden shimmer and this orange. It looks like this book originally was made like that. Now for the front of this book, as you can see, those leaves from Dollar Tree works just perfect. You can add those leaves. And also, I decided to go with this mushroom fairy from last year Christmas IOD collection. And I'm gonna add this lady in the middle of the front cover of my book. And it's super cute. As you can see, you don't need to add those IOD transfer. You can add some leaves from Dollar Tree. Either way, it's working just perfect. To add those transfer, I just grab the scraper. I'm releasing the header sheet, and now with the rest of the fall leaves from Dollar Tree, I'm working on the bottom and on the side with it. And what I like about those Dollar Tree transfers, there is some dots that they're coming in this sheet, and they look so perfect around this book cover. Like originally this book was made with all those dots and leaves for fall. Beautiful with that orange background. Such a beautiful look, and it's not gonna cost us a lot to do this makeover. Now that I'm done with all those transfers, I just grabbed the brush, and with the leftover of my gold, I went around the edges and add that golden shimmer to it. On top of it, I'm gonna be adding this Mackenzie Childs ribbon. I just added one strip, and I made a simple 2-loop bow, and I'm gonna glue it on the cover of this book, and we have a nice, beautiful, whimsical tabletop for our decor. I'm also, to seal it and to distress it more, I'm using this black wax from DIY and just distressing it around those leaves and around the side of the book. And also I seal those transfers with clear DIY wax. And that's it for this makeover. It's ready to be displayed. My friend Nikki asked me if I can recreate this topiary and give her an idea how can she recreate this. Originally, they're asking for this topiary for $1,900. Can you believe this? So what I did is I went to my local Dollar Tree and I was walking through and I saw those shredded paper in different colors. You can choose any color you like. Some wooden dowels and some foam balls. If you like those topiaries to be larger, you need to go to Hobby Lobby and grab larger foam balls, but I think those foam balls will work perfect. I found some glass vase and let's see what I can do. So from all those 3 packages, I just select one ball to get those different sizes, and I think it will do its job. And as I'm opening my shredded paper, and of course I selected the orange color because I'm creating in fall color. And Nikki, you can select the pink color if you like it in pink color. Dollar Tree is selling those shredded paper in pink color. And I just grab a couple of pieces and I start gluing them. I fold them in half and I'm just randomly adding just a little dot of a glue, and I'm gonna be gluing them. Before that, I painted my foam balls with the orange paint so that white foam will not pick through it. And now I am continuing adding those shredded paper. This is such an easy process. You just grab a couple of those lines because they're so tiny. You need to add 4 to 5 lines of those shredded paper and just folding them in half and just adding a glue and covering this whole foam ball with them. This is such an easy process, except you need some time to add all those. So I did the first ball. This is how it looks. I really like it. And then I'm gonna repeat the same step on my middle size foam ball. I'm gonna cover it, and then I did the other third ball, and that's how they look. Now that they're all covered, I'm gonna be adding them in those wooden dowels that we grabbed from Dollar Tree. If you have one larger wooden dowel like this, it's gonna do its job. Either way, it's gonna work. All you need to do is just add these dowels through the foam ball. And first you're gonna start with the larger one. I grabbed my glass vase to see how long this dowel needs to be for the first ball. Then for the second dowel, I'm just going on top of it, and then I'm gonna add the second sphere, and then at the end we're gonna add the third one. It was so easy to do this. You just go through it and add the sphere in the middle part and the third one as well, and divide them equally. As you can see, now that I add them how I want it to be, I remove the dowels just to glue this top knob to it. I added some glue to make it stable. And now that we get them in the right position, I'm just gonna trim off those fuzzies with the scissors. Super easy. And that part is done. I'm also gonna be adding some golden stripes, and I grab one of my metallic paint marker and I'm just adding random stripes between those spheres just to make it whimsical and a little bit more like the original look. Next, I'm gonna be working on this glass vase. I cover it with a Whisper Wheat chalk paint from Folk Art. First, I cover it with a brush, and then to add some texture, I just dab it with my foam brush. I let it dry, and now with my tiny paintbrush with a truffle chalk paint, I'm going over and creating random stripes. You can be creative. You don't need to add some stripes. You can add some dots, some polka dots, or you can just leave it plain like it is. Just add some golden shimmer to distress it. I mean, the sky is the limit. You can be creative and add any kind of design on this vase, just like so. Those stripes remind me of the new Mackenzie Childs mocha stripes decorations for fall. Now that my stripes are dry, I'm going around the edges with my golden metallic marker and creating stripes. I'm going on top of the edges, I'm going on the bottom, and we have a perfect Mackenzie Child inspired vase and look so high-end. Now that it's all nice and dry, I'm just adding this floral foam. I am cutting it with my spatula just enough to fit for the inside part of the vase. I'm also gonna glue that part to make it stable, and then I'm gonna add the wooden dowel in the middle part. I'm gonna cover it with some Spanish moss, and that's it. To add more details to our decorations today, I grabbed those 2 metal Dollar Tree candlesticks. I paint them with the truffle paint. I'm going over with this metallic paint marker that I got through those crevices that these candlesticks have, and I'm just wiping it off with the wipes. I just want that golden shimmer to it, and I'm also gonna distress them with the golden paint from Dollar Tree, so we can have that antique, rustic, golden look, vintage look to it. And as you can see, after I covered them, I went over with a wet wipe, and we added some orange candles, and here you go. Another amazing inspiration is this Mackenzie Child mocha stripe pumpkin that they're selling for $139, but we don't want to break a bank, so I'm just using these white pumpkins, porcelain pumpkins from Dollar Tree, and I'm gonna be creating stripes with a hazelnut and truffle chalk paint. I mix those paints together, and with my tiny brush I'm going around the pumpkin ribs and creating random stripes. Super quick and easy and beautiful, neutral, natural vibe decor for this fall. Now that the stripes are done and dry, I'm going over with the same golden marker paint that I've been using throughout my creations today, and I'm covering those leaves and the stem with it. And also I'm gonna go around the edges of the stripes just to create that beautiful gold shimmer and gold shadows to it. And with adding that golden stripes around the edge, you're making this pumpkin such a high-end beautiful look, similar like the Mackenzie Childs are selling for those $139, and our pumpkin cost us only $1.25. Also, I went with this golden paint throughout the leaves and around the edges, around the ribs. I added some random velvet 2-loop bow. You can leave it plain as you like, and that's it for this look. Have you noticed the Dollar Tree always having the best looking frames and signs for Halloween? And I don't do Halloween, I want to do a fall section. I remove that skeleton and that paper, and after I remove all those edges on this oval shape size, I'm gonna be adding this faux leather fabric that I got in my stash. You can always add those peel and stick tiles that Dollar Tree is selling just to give that beautiful high-end look to it. Now that I cut off my fabric in an oval shape, I'm gonna be gluing it to my sign. For this one, I added all adhesive glue from Dollar Tree, and then I went over with my foam sponge brush and make sure I got equal amount of glue around this sign to make it nice and sturdy. And then we're gonna add the fabric on top of it. And to make it nice and smooth, I'm also using my fingers and my decoupage brayer, and I'm gonna let it dry for a little bit. I created a small bouquet with these mini sunflowers and greeneries from Dollar Tree. I also have some dry picks in my stash. Those are real picks, dry picks. You can always be creative and create any kind of bouquet. And just creating this little bouquet, tie it on the bottom with the twine, and then we're gonna glue it in the middle part of my sign, and you have a perfect look for your wall decor. I created a beautiful 2-loop simple bow with this Harley Quinn ribbon from Dollar Tree. I glue it on the bottom of bouquet. If we want to hang this sign, also I created a hanger with a twine, and to make it sturdy, I just added a glue and the leftover of my bow that I made. And also around the edges, I created a frame with these faux brown pearls that I got in my stash, and that's it. Another amazing find at Dollar Tree are those signs. So what I did is I just removed their covers just like that with the spatula, and to cover them I'm adding a Mod Podge and then cut off the same shape with the same faux leather fabric that I was using on my previous project, and I covered those signs with it. I am distressing one of these covers with a Whisper Wheat chalk paint and going over with that paint, and after I distress it, I'm just gonna remove the excess with a wet wipe. I just need that rustic look that is picking through this fabric. And for the second one, I'm using a terracotta paint, covering it all and then removing the excess with a wipe as well. And then we're gonna put those two covers back on our signs. I am adding the one with the terracotta back to the orange stripe cover, just like so, and smoothing it out with the brayer. I created another cute bouquet with these beautiful fall picks from Dollar Tree, and on the bottom I created a Harley Quinn bow. And then for my second stripe sign, I am adding the cover back, and I created another bouquet with those sunflowers with pumpkins, and added one beautiful bow with this Mackenzie Child's ribbon, and you have a perfect look that it sure doesn't look very cheap. It looks such a high-end look, and is perfect for your vignette or for your outdoor, or you can put it anywhere you like. Except those white stripes didn't match with my bow, so what I did is I just add a little bit of golden shimmer with this golden metallic pen that I've been using, and I'm just wiping off the excess with a wipe, and you have a rustic, beautiful stripes looks for this sign. Another beautiful find at Dollar Tree are those beautiful topiary signs that they remind me of Mackenzie child signs. So what I did is I just add some wooden sticks on the back of them so I can add them into my garden, and they'll be just perfect for our fall outdoor decor. Another great find at Dollar Tree are those orange porcelain plates and bowls, and we can create a perfect pedestal platters with it. We don't need to do anything, as you can see, and you have a beautiful high-end look that you can add cupcakes or anything as you like. Before I glue them together, I decided in the middle part to add one of those IOD transfer flowers, and I am gonna go with the sunflowers, just adding it in the middle part of my plate, and it's just a perfect look for fall as a decorative piece in our kitchen, or as I mentioned, we can add some cupcakes on it, whatever you like. To seal this sunflower, I just rub it off with a clear DIY wax, and now I'm just gluing the ball and the plate together with this all adhesive from Dollar Tree, and that's it. Not even 5 minutes and you have a new look for your kitchen decoration for this fall. I'm going to create another pedestal platter, this time with these clear glass plates. After I clean it well with the alcohol, on the back part, I'm going to be adding some colors to it with these pressed flowers and some leaves that I got in my stash. I will be adding them with the Mod Podge on the back part of my glass platter. You can be creative, you can add some stickers on the back of it, or you can add some pressed flowers like I am doing, and you're gonna have a new look for it. So I added a matte finish Mod Podge, and slowly I'm going over and randomly adding some leaves and flowers and making it all whimsical and cohesive and perfect for our fall decorations in our kitchen. Now that I cover it all, I'm gonna cover the flowers on top with the matte finish Mod Podge. I also decided to add those leaves around the edges of this plate, and then I'm gonna let it completely dry. Now that it's dry, this is how it looks. You can leave it like it is, but I decided to use this beautiful paint from Dixie Belle. It's called Acadia. This green shade, I just love this color, and I went over my plate and covered it all on the back part. And also for my glass bowl, I am doing the same thing, covering it with the same Dixie Belle paint in a color Acadia. I'm gonna let them dry, and now that they're dry, I'm gonna glue them together. But before that, of course, I gotta add some extra. I decided to add those green branches transfers from Iron Orchid Design, and I think with adding those leaves on the bottom part of my bowl, we have a perfect unique pedestal platter that we can add any kind of designs or cupcakes, whatever you like, and put it in the corners of our kitchens. You can always be creative. As I mentioned, you can leave those glass balls just as they are with adding just some flowers and leaves. You can paint them like I did. You can add some ribbon transfers like I did. You're never gonna go wrong. You're gonna create a beautiful, unique item, and it's gonna look just stunning. To add those leaves on the bottom on the ball, I just cut them in half to be easier to do the transfer as you were watching me. And now I'm gonna also glue them all together. I also, off camera, I sealed those leaves on the bottom, ribbon transfer leaves, with the clear DIY wax, and that's it. You have a beautiful new look. I'm creating another Mackenzie Child inspired signs with these mocha stripes, and this time I will be using this wooden acorn cutout from Dollar Tree, and I am creating stripes with the hazelnut and a truffle paint, going over and covering the stripes with them. Now, after the stripes are dry, I'm going over the edges with the golden paint and creating that frame around each stripe and distressing them on the white part stripes as well, and having that rustic, antique Mackenzie Child's finish to it. Now that my sign is all finished, for embellishment, I'm gonna be adding those mini acorns that I created some stripe with a golden metallic finish, and I'm gonna be adding them on the sign with the twine. I also added this bow that I created with a Mackenzie Child ribbon and this khaki color ribbon that I got in my stash. And that's it. Not even 5 minutes and you have a beautiful decor for your wall for this coming fall. Also, as a hanger, I'm adding this velvet tiny ribbon that I got just to give that high-end look. I'm gonna tie it on the back of it, and this sign is ready. For my other sign, I'm gonna be using these half wooden beads that I added on my painter's tape. It will be easier for me to paint them this way. And I'm gonna paint those beads with the same color, that hazelnut and truffle mix, until I cover the whole beads with that paint. Until those beads get dry, I'm gonna be adding them on these maple leaf wood cutout. Before that, I'm adding that golden effect with just this gold paint, adding just the lines and then wiping it off with a wet wipe. And after that, I'm gonna paint the stem with the hazelnut finish. And now I'm gonna create a polka dots with these half beads that I painted. So I'm randomly adding them in this wood cutout, and you have a perfect, beautiful, another Mackenzie Childs inspired decor. Why not? Now that I glue my beads as a hanger, I'm using the same velvet ribbon that I use on my Acorn sign. I use the same type of bow with this khaki ribbon and Mackenzie Child ribbon, and also I'm adding acorns on this time. I add one stripe acorn that I made and one with the orange finish with the twine, and that's it. Also, to add shadows between those ribs on my maple leaf, I'm going over with the leftover paint of my hazelnut and truffle paint just to distress them and bring that rustic look to it. And that's it, and this is how they look. And we came to the end of this video. I hope I gave you tons of inspirations. I have so much fun creating all these beautiful decorations with Dollar Tree items. If you have questions or suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. And if you like my content, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'm gonna leave you with Bible verse, Corinthians 13:13. And now these three remain: faith, hope, and love, but the greatest of these is love. And until next time, my darlings, blessings from me to you. Bye-bye.